We're taking you to the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It is 11 a.m. and police helicopters are a critical crime fighting tool. But are they being utilized correctly? Coming up, Fox 45 News is investigating why Baltimore police helicopters may not be up and running when they're needed most. And former Mayor Sheila Dixon gets a major endorsement. Why one city council member is throwing his support behind her, and reaction from Scott's campaign. And topping your national news, President Biden signs a short-term government funding bill finally into law, avoiding a government shutdown. Coming up, how the move is only delaying, not ending, a political battle. Fox 45 News Midday starts right
live from WBFF in Baltimore. This is Fox 45 News Midday.
Good morning to you, and thanks for joining us here for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Taylor Stewart. We begin in a city in crisis where one councilman says he no longer trusts the mayor to lead the city.
City Hall has reached a level of dysfunction that I never thought was possible, and our residents and our small businesses deserve better.
Now, City Councilman Eric Costello expressing a strong message change, saying he no longer trusts Mayor Brandon Scott to lead Baltimore forward. Costello claims it's time for a change, and he believes Sheila Dixon is the best mayoral candidate.
We need proven leadership that can restore faith in our local government while creating a culture of accountability that will right this ship. And I believe that former Mayor Sheila Dixon is that leader.
This is Dixon's first endorsement from a city council member, and it happened less than 24 hours before Mayor Scott kicks off his own re-election campaign. Fox 45 News' Olivia Dance is outside of City Hall with the fallout from Costello's remarks and how the mayor is responding.
Well, Councilman Eric Costello says that City Hall here has reached a level of dysfunction that he never thought was possible. And now the councilman is supporting former Mayor Sheila Dixon. But if you remember, it was just 4 years ago that he endorsed Mayor Brandon Scott's campaign.
Make no mistake about it. I love Brandon Scott as a person. I do. And it pains me to say that his lack of leadership is failing all of us. We are at an inflection point, and continuing on this trajectory is simply not an option.
Costello is the first city council member to make a public endorsement. A spokesperson with the mayor's campaign questioned the fallout, asking, quote, "Do we want to keep building Baltimore's future or return to the failed leadership and policies of the past? Mayor Scott represents a brighter future, not a move backwards," end quote. But Costello isn't convinced and predicts Dixon will earn the support of other council members, too. Costello says that despite a public fall from grace, Dixon has never stopped working for or caring for the city of Baltimore. And also, despite some tough words, Costello says he still expects to continue to work with Mayor Scott without incident. For now, reporting outside City Hall, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
This brings us to our question of the day. If the election was held today, who would you vote for? Mayor Scott or Sheila Dixon? So far, 93% of people who have voted say Dixon. You can weigh in right now at foxbaltimore.com/vote. All right, breaking news here. The chairman of the House Ethics Committee is introducing a resolution to expel Republican Congressman George Santos. It comes after an investigation by the House Ethics Panel, which says it has found substantial evidence Santos broke the law. The findings show Santos knowingly caused his campaign to file false reports to the Federal Election Commission, used campaign funds for personal reasons, and violated the Ethics in Government Act. Santos has maintained his innocence and says he will not seek re-election. Well, just ahead of the deadline here, President Biden signing a stopgap funding bill. It allows the government to avoid a shutdown that would have gone into effect at midnight. The bill provides tiered funding through January 19th to February 2nd, which means without a long-term deal, the shutdown clock still will resume at the start of next year. Also happening today, President Joe Biden is set to meet with the president of Mexico. The two are expected to talk about migration, fentanyl trafficking, and relations with Cuba. The two leaders are in San Francisco, California right now for the yearly Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Conference. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, Baltimore police Foxtrot helicopters may not be up and running when they're needed most. The new concern is brewing since BPD's aviation unit is one of the department's critical crime fighting tools. Sources with knowledge about the Foxtrot operation tell FOX45 News the aviation unit has a huge issue with staffing pilots. They're down now to only 3 line pilots, but a chief spokesperson for BPD is calling those concerns, quote, inaccurate. Trending number two, FOX45 News is looking into how much time former City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby could spend in prison. She was found guilty on 2 counts of perjury just a week ago, and it's still not clear when Mosby will be sentenced for the 2 perjury counts. Each carry a maximum sentence of 5 years. Now, we know it won't happen until after her next trial, which is scheduled for January. That's for the 2 counts of mortgage fraud. Those charges each carry a maximum sentence of 30 years. Defense attorney Kirk Nachman says a plea negotiation could also still be on the table, which could mean a more lenient sentence. Trending number 3 here, the Ravens are waking up victorious thanks to a win over the Bengals. Final score here, Baltimore 34, Cincinnati 20, which means the Ravens stay at the top of the AFC North. Now at 8-3, and the Bengals remain at the bottom with a 5-5 record. Next Sunday, the Ravens will play the Chargers. That happens in Los Angeles with kickoff scheduled for 8:20. A bye week follows that game. Stay up to date on all things news by downloading your FOX45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, weather, anytime. Just search WBFF in your app store. Well, more and more millennials are deciding not to have kids. Coming up, how it's impacting the U.S. birth rate and why the age group is choosing to be kid-free. And a judge in the Alec Murdaugh trial making a special request how it could impact the future hearings set for this case. But first, it is a social media app, is it, or a news source? We'll find out. Coming up, the shocking number of people who rely on social media and TikTok to get their daily news.
Weather story, another warm afternoon. Now we're tracking some showers that are going to move in late on Friday evening, and then a cooler weekend ahead, much cooler, as we'll feel a lot more like November. Highs today in the lower 70s. We'll drop to the 50s tonight. We won't get out of the 50s on Saturday with more of that wind picking up, even though we will be dry. Back with your full forecast. We'll do that in a few.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
All right, we're back and we're following the latest out of the Middle East here. There will be no humanitarian and aid deliveries to the Gaza Strip today. That is according to the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees. It comes as Gaza appears to have had communication systems down for a second day due to a severe lack of fuel. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry says more than 11,000 Palestinians have been killed since the start of the war a month ago. All right, we're taking a look at your social stream, and get this, more Americans are turning to TikTok to get the news here. A new study from the Pew Research Center found the percentage of TikTok users who access the app for news rose from 22% in 2022 to 43% this year. The study says about half of U.S. adults get a good chunk of news from social media. Let's see what folks are saying here. Bob is saying, and there's the reason we have the problems we have. Another person questioning if this is their sole source, or is it their major source? That's a big question, because TikTok, we'll get back to that. All right, well, music mogul Sean Diddy Combs being sued by his former girlfriend, R&B singer Cassandra Cassie Ventura. She's accusing Combs of rape and repeated physical abuse over a decade. A lawyer for Diddy says, quote, Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. Folks are chiming in on X here, some saying, look, this is a serious allegation that needs to be investigated. Diddy should face justice if he is guilty. Other folks saying, I'll reserve my opinion until after his day in court, if there is a day in court. Certainly a story to watch here. A new musical inspired by Gwyneth Paltrow's recent ski trial is heading to London. Gwyneth Goes Skiing. It's based on the Oscar winner's March trial, in which a retired optometrist accused her of running into him while skiing back in 2016. Paltrow denied the accusation, saying he ran into her, and in March, a jury agreed with her, ruling in her favor. Let's see if folks are looking forward to this. I'm 100% on board from Bran. Another person saying, sounds like an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. All right. Well, also making headlines today, a Massachusetts hospital warning hundreds of patients they may have been exposed to HIV and hepatitis. Officials at Salem Hospital say the potential exposures were due to improper administration of IV medication in the past 2 years. Nearly 450 patients could have been exposed to these diseases. The judge who handled the murder trial of Alex Murdaugh wants to step down from any future motions in this case. Murdaugh was given a life sentence earlier this year for the 2021 deaths of his wife and his son. The judge has asked a new judge to be assigned to handle any issues involving those murder charges. And today, SpaceX pushing back today's planned launch of its Starship system to Saturday. That's because of a piece of the landing hardware that needed to be replaced. The unmanned rocket was set to launch today after the company received federal approval. Now, SpaceX initially attempted to launch Starship in April, but it exploded over the Gulf of Mexico.
This is what we're doing in 2023.
Coming up, a black police officer says her white captain disciplined her about her hair. The discrimination lawsuit she's now filing accusing the captain of breaking the law. And an officer struck during a shootout with a suspect. Coming up, the dramatic moments that were caught on camera of another driver pulling the officer to safety. And then just ahead at noon, it's Karamo, then 1 o'clock for Sherry, followed by the Hot Bench at 2 p.m. All right, we're back with a live look outside. It's going to be unseasonably warm today, but ooh, that won't last long. Coming up, we've got your 10-day forecast, including a sneak peek at Thanksgiving. All right, caught on camera here, some dramatic moments after a suspect opens fire on police. This happened on a Houston highway. One officer was shot. That's when another driver jumped out of his car and helped drag the wounded officer to safety. Applied a tourniquet to his leg. That officer is now recovering. All right, shifting gears to your 2024 election. This weekend, Texas Governor Greg Abbott is expected to endorse Donald Trump for president. Abbott is expected to make this announcement when he visits Trump when they go visit the border this upcoming Sunday. Now, earlier this week, House Speaker Mike Johnson endorsed Trump. The move makes him the highest-ranking Republican to do so, to back the former president for the 2024 bid. Johnson was among dozens of congressional Republicans who supported the lawsuit to delay the electoral vote to certify the 2020 election. And while Thanksgiving may not be until next Thursday, if you've got a frozen bird, you may need to think about taking it out and getting it thawed this weekend, depending on how large it is. Butterball says you need to allow for 1 day of thawing for every 4 pounds of turkey. So be sure to keep the turkey in its original wrapper while it's thawing, though. Always thaw your turkey in the fridge and in a pan or tray, and thaw it breast side up. You'll also want to cook your turkey within 4 days of thawing it out. Well, this year's low turkey prices mean Thanksgiving won't gobble up your wallet. That's a good thing. That's according to a new survey by the American Farm Bureau Federation, which says the average cost for a dinner of 10 people will be $61, down from last year's $64. All right. Just as Americans are preparing to gather, though, flu season is upon us. Flu activity is on the rise. Weekly data from the CDC shows that seasonal flu cases are up 3% this week compared to last week, and especially in the South and West regions in the United States. COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations, though, those are down. A new survey finds about 75% of adults say they are not worried about getting COVID over the holidays. 2/3 say they aren't worried about spreading it to people close to them. Big change. All right, coming up tonight at 4, a local teacher returning from Israel after serving in the Defense Forces. We're going to sit down and talk to them one-on-one. And the 2024 mayoral race heating up. A closer look at the issues the next leader of Baltimore will take on. Plus, the crisis at the border, top of mind for lawmakers, how much the ongoing conflict is going to cost taxpayers. And you can always get your news in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or your Echo. We deliver your local headlines and your forecasts in less than 2 minutes. So if you have an Amazon device, just tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. A New Jersey police officer is suing her department for discrimination. Cheyenne Weeks Rivera says she was disciplined after by her captain for wearing her hair in bantu knots. It's a style allegedly called an unbecoming for an officer. But Weeks Rivera says her attorney says the captain's comments were discriminatory and broke the law.
And to have a white man tell you your hair is rollers. This who you are.
Every time I hear it, it's cringeworthy. It's unbelievable.
Now, Weeks Rivera says she wore bantu knots before many times and has never had an issue, and says it's kept her from protecting and serving her community. So far, no word yet from the Maplewood Police Department on this lawsuit. New Jersey is one of 24 states to enact a version of the Crown Act, though, which is intended to prohibit race-based hair discrimination. Maryland enacted its own version of this law in 2020. All right, Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle here with us now. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, you know what? I think people of a certain age, have to be careful because there's things, you can't do that no more. You can't be doing that no more. You gotta, hey, psh. And he just said exactly the exact wrong thing to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look,
like,
I totally get it.
If he had an issue with it, he probably should have checked with somebody. You just can't just blurt out things like that anymore because, you don't understand. And again, it's just a different time. And which is good. I think change is good. I think, growth and us learning from our past mistakes is important. And he's going to learn from the wallet and probably learn in a disciplinary action because you just really can't do that,
Yeah, I mean, especially now with the Crown Act in place, it definitely prohibits any type of discrimination when it comes to hair. So we'll have to see how that lawsuit plans out.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens. Well, you kind of know what's going to happen because, like you said, everything's in place.
Yep. All right, well, we'll save that for you guys in your show. But time now for your wild and your beautiful weather with meteorologist Justin Chambers. He's got a closer look at the storm damage in Miami.
Yeah, this is some damage from Miami Beach. This is the non-tropical storm that was near Meridian there in Flamingo Park. This is down in southern Florida near Miami, where they had that storm system that brought a lot of wind and rain. You can see all the trees knocked down from that. A lot of folks are saying, why wasn't this classified as a tropical storm? It just didn't have the tropical characteristics, but it was an area of low pressure that brought a lot of wind and rain to that part of the country. For us, we're going to see the cloud cover pick up as we head into the afternoon, and temperatures that will steadily climb into the lower 70s for some of us. Notice that average high of 57, so nowhere near that number as we head toward the afternoon. In fact, officially a high of 71 will be about 4 or 5 degrees shy of the record high for November 17th. But we are tracking some showers moving in late Friday. Sun will be up until 4:51. Really no issues if you're going to be out and about throughout the day today. Mid to upper 60s and some lower 70s across Carroll and Baltimore counties for your highs. And up and down the 95 corridor, keeping those mild temperatures. Philly almost 70, and D.C. same number there at 69. Mid 60s down the ocean there at Ocean City. Now, our temperature tracker, those numbers coming down Saturday and Sunday. And then we're actually going to slide below average on Monday. We kind of keep those average or below average temperatures into the first part of next week. If you want to get the raking done, get those leaves picked up on Friday. Saturday, we got a red light there because that wind is really going to pick up and blow all those leaves around. Here's a look at our future scan. So a few light showers after about, I'd say, 9-10 p.m. on Friday evening. That's going to be our best chance for the rain as the cold front comes through. Behind that, the drier air, some cloud cover in the morning, but a lot of sunshine Saturday afternoon, even though that wind stays with us. Still a bit breezy on Sunday, but overall, we're definitely staying drier. Now, this is a look ahead to our future scan by next Tuesday, and that's going to be a big travel day. A lot of rain, possibly some heavy rain at times into Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night. You can see some of the yellows right there, some of that moderate and heavy rain up and down the 95 corridor through early Wednesday morning, possibly even some snow for friends to the north and east of us by about 11 a.m. on Wednesday. Again, could be causing some big travel delays on a big travel day, or days for that matter. Maybe if you can get out Monday or early Tuesday before that storm system rolls in, you won't have an issue. Now, once we get to Turkey Day next Thursday, we're talking about temperatures only in the upper 40s, definitely on the colder side of things. Black Friday starts in the 30s, but temps in the lower 50s Friday afternoon.
Okay, still ahead, Sephora is the latest retailer making changes to try to combat rising theft. The products the store will now be locking up. And a horse gets loose on a plane, forcing the entire plane to turn around. Coming up, how in the world it happened. Okay, don't miss this. We're learning a flight headed to Belgium was forced to turn around and go back to JFK after a horse got loose in the cargo hold. Now, this happened last week on a cargo plane. The jet was already 31,000 feet in the air when crew members discovered the horse had escaped, and they had to turn back to secure the animal. Uncomfortable right there. Well, look, it appears Sephora is going to start locking up fragrances in its stores, according to a new report. It's all part of an effort to fight rising incidents of retail theft. Sephora says perfumes are one of their most shoplifted items. Target, Walmart, CVS, they've already made similar moves by putting items behind locked shelves in order to deter stealing. And starting next year, Hyundai will start selling their new cars on Amazon. Starting in 2024, U.S. dealers will be able to sell vehicles on the tech company's platform. Customers can either pick up their cars or have them delivered by their local dealership. It's all part of a partnership. Hyundai will include Amazon Alexis in its cars starting in 2025. Mars is paying $661 million for Britain's largest independent chocolate maker. Mars' takeover of Hotel Chocolat could boost with its growth prospects outside of the United Kingdom. Hotel Chocolat was founded in 1993 and has 131 UK stores, in addition to cafes and restaurants. Mars, which makes Snickers, Twix, M&Ms, all the good stuff, has operated in the UK since 1932. All right, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyles right up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what you guys are working on.
All right, Taylor, we finally made it to Friday. If you're counting the hours until the weekend, you're not alone. But in a surprise, a new survey finds a majority of workers in the U.S. actually like their bosses, and their job. Okay, we'll find out what you're saying about it coming up on Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with grief therapist and author Marcia Cork. Good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now.
Hey.
All right, more and more millennials are deciding not to have kids.
Okay.
U.S. birth rate is at its lowest point in history. A 2021 poll found 44% of adults who do not have kids say they're unlikely to change that. That's up sharply from 37% the year prior. So what's driving the change? Some research points to economy, specifically soaring student debts and home high prices. Marcia, I don't believe that. I don't think that's it at all. I don't think that has nothing to do. Broke people been having babies forever.
That's true.
So I don't think
seem
that's
to have
it.
more of them and more of them all the time.
I think people be like, I think they don't want to have kids. But you're a pro, though. What do you think?
I'm a pro.
I was like, what?
No, therapist. A therapist.
Yeah.
Well, no, it really makes perfect sense to me because it definitely is a lot more expensive. And then I would say for our elders, you know, I think their life began when they got married and had kids.
Yeah.
So if you
That's
didn't have
true.
other things rounding out your life, then you had children. But these days, people travel, they're into their careers, they're into their lucrative side hustles. So there's so much more that rounds out
Right.
No,
their
that's
life.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. Lady T?
Well, what the study didn't say was that the people who don't have kids is living their best life. What the study didn't say. The study forgot about us. The
hilarious.
study was like, oh, they out in these streets, obviously having a
Living
great
their
time.
very best life.
We're not babysitting. So I think that's the real positive.
That's true. I love it.
Of
but-
all of this. Okay.
No, but there is a factor there from a standpoint of, I just think there's people who want to have kids and people who don't want to
And
have
a
kids.
lot of people became more career oriented and were like, you know what, I'm gonna just delay having kids. So we're not saying we're not gonna do it at all. We're just saying, you know, let's delay it a
I
little
don't
bit.
think you'd be like, I want to have a baby. Oh, wait a minute, this house is too expensive. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I don't think we're
And delay doesn't mean denial.
Yeah.
We're not in denial.
Well,
we're
Lady
just
T,
delaying it.
clock is ticking. We're watching.
No, don't watch.
It seems the majority of workers in the U.S. like their boss. A new survey finds about 55% rank their bosses as either excellent or very good to work with. About 25% rank their bosses as good, and only around 20% rank them as fair or poor. This is amazing because I love my boss. I love David. Man, he's the best. Is it time? Is it the bonus come yet?
Is the bonus coming yet? I was gonna say it's Sweet Spot. You right on time because it's Sweet Spot, baby. So yes.
I'm not gonna ask you because you already got your contract. What do you think?
You already signed.
So I will say my observation, because I haven't lived that 9-to-5 life in a long time.
Oh, okay.
But I will say it probably has a lot more to do with people just having more of a work-life balance, and that goes with their bosses. If they have that same level of, you know, respect for their time, then maybe they're a little more lean.
good.
No,
Lady
you don't
T?
believe
She tried it. She tried it. I was like, yeah, you know, I see where you were going. You know, in my heart of
They
hearts.
want to get home too.
In my
right?
heart of hearts, I feel like
That was nice.
you know what? I like those bosses who bring in food. I had a few news directors who brought in brisket, and they are some of my favorites, I have to say. And you know, Erin, our EP, she always brings me treats, pretzels.
Well played.
You know what I mean?
Lady T. That's right.
I can be bought. I can be
Right,
bought.
right.
It's what I'm saying. I can be
Noted.
bought and
Noted.
bribed. So yeah.
Okay, we want you to tell it. Do you like your boss? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Just in time for Christmas, one company is hiring someone to binge watch Christmas movies. The job title, Chief of Cheer. The person has to watch 25 movies in 25 days. The chosen candidate has to keep track of each flick and rank them based on nostalgia, heartwarming storytelling, and holiday cheer. You could earn $2,500.
Hey.
Is it worth it? Let's ask our guest.
Listen, look, what y'all say, let me tell you, I can tell you right now, I would sign my husband and my daughter up in a heartbeat, because that's what they do. That is what they do.
Are they
binge.
Hallmark watchers or Lifetime or what are they,
They are
Hallmark or all of the holiday
things.
movies everywhere? Okay. All
My
holiday
husband
movies.
can watch the entire internet.
Hey!
I think it's
All right,
a
that's
compliment
what's
or is it a crack? I think it's
No, it's definitely crack. I love it. I love
No,
but I love holiday movies. They are so much fun to watch. It's just it's a time of year where, you know, if you're not getting booed up, you just sit at home drinking cocoa and you watch those movies. So I signed up already. I don't know if I'm gonna get picked, but I definitely signed up.
You just heard it. Lady T's ready to get booed up, young
I'm
man.
ready. No. I said I'm not getting booed up, so I'm gonna sit home watching Coco. But call me.
Well, we're going to see you guys later on in the show. Exciting.
Yes.
The author is here to talk about her book. Amazing. Still ahead, get your holiday shopping out of the way. Coming up, the newest gadgets your tech lovers will love this holiday season, including a screen-free option for kids. But first, just in time for your holiday dishes, there's a new kitchen gadget you can have that's going to help out in that kitchen.
See how fast them carrots got cut?
You know what I'm saying?
Just in time for Thanksgiving.
That's right. Just don't get your fingers
There
caught
you
up. Stick around. Great show on the way.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
A good pair of kitchen shears is hard to come by these days. Julie Moran from America's Steals and Deals is here with a special guest to demonstrate the most versatile kitchen tool you will ever see. Okay, here's Julie with today's money-saving deal.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
I am here with my friend Lesh. I'm the founder of GetSay. These are the most amazing kitchen products. These shears combine a knife and a cutting board. Show me how it's done.
2 knives in the set with the cutting board, okay? So it's not knife. Now, when I connect this together, it's a shears. Look at this, cutting board and knife combined together. All type of salad, Julie. One hand. And you go to do 2 carrots, not one.
No way.
Feel the quality.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
That's
now,
great.
Look at this, not just this, even soft tomato, Julie. Look at the quality. Like
Wow.
a butter. Pineapple.
No.
Look how easy, how fast you're gonna cut pineapple.
What else do you need?
Nothing basically. Look at this, butternut squash.
That's hard. How did you do that?
Easy and fast. Now look at this. Chopped salad.
Yes.
Look at this. One ear, one ear, one ear, and one ear. And now we have small salad, chopped salad. Look at the quality.
The quality's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Now, I move to the second knife, okay? The wavy knife. I take this knife out, connect this to here. You like French fries?
I love French fries.
Look at this, Julie. I take this fries, cut in.
Yes.
Look at the quality.
Crinkle cut
Yes.
French fries for my daughters.
Yes.
That's perfect. Oh my gosh. Right now we're offering 50% off GetSay 3-in-1 shears. Head to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Tony's USA, Kaspersky, Rosetta Stone, One More USA, and Lenovo.
It's time to knock out your holiday shopping. If you're looking for cool tech gift ideas, we have tech lifestyle expert Carly Knobloch here with some gadget guidance. Carly, what do you have?
Well, thank you so much for having me. I partnered with all these great brands to really help you give the gift of tech this holiday season, starting with one for the kids. This is actually a great screen-free toy for the little ones, which is always helpful. It's interactive and fun. It's the Tony Box, which is an audio player that plays stories and songs. Kids just pop a little Tony figurine on top of the Tony Box to listen to all the great content. And there are so many different characters to choose from, including the brand new, first ever Marvel Tonys like Spidey, Spin, and Ghost Spider. Now, we've got a lot of stuff we're doing online, especially this season. We're doing a lot of holiday shopping. We want to make sure we stay safe. Kaspersky is such peace of mind because they really protect your whole digital life. Your personal data stays safe when you're browsing or gaming thanks to their malware protection and their super fast VPN. And if you're unwrapping new gadgets this season, you'll want to add their password manager and parental controls. And you can use coupon code HOLIDAY for 15% off. Now, I love giving experiences for gifts. Rosetta Stone is such a great idea for everyone on your list. They've been the language learning experts for 30 years. And right now, you can get a lifetime subscription for only $149 by going to rosettastone.com/holiday sale. That is the best price they offer all year, and it gives you access to 25 different languages forever. Now, I've got a couple of real hardcore audiophiles in my family, and they would love these. They're the One More Sonoflow, amazing wireless active noise canceling headphones at a great price. Your music and your podcast sound awesome thanks to high-res audio and lossless LDAC audio coding. And with up to 70 hours of battery life, you're never going to be interrupted. And you can get them for 36% off at One More and Amazon this Black Friday weekend. And then lastly, this is brand new for the gamers on your list. It's Lenovo's first handheld gaming device. It's called the Lenovo Legion Go, and it will go with you anywhere. It's got a huge 8.8-inch display, brilliant visuals that make your games come to life, and detachable True Strike controllers. Plus, it's got a long-lasting battery for gaming sessions on the move, and with super rapid charge, it takes just 30 minutes to charge it up to 70%.
Carly, a lot of great stuff there. Where can we go for more information?
Yeah, for more information on everything I talked about, you can head to inthenews.tv.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Still ahead, the kids love the holidays, and they're all about the gifts coming up, the items that are sure to be top of their list this holiday. And the holidays are a great time to gather with family, but for those who have lost a loved one, it can be a difficult time. Coming up, we'll talk with an author about dealing with grief. Stick around.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey everyone. All right. So although the holidays are a time for celebration, many people have lost loved ones and are struggling during this time of the year. Author Marcia Cork joins us now to explain ways to deal with grief this season. Welcome to the show, Marcia.
Thank you.
Okay, you look fabulous today, darling,
Well,
I have to say.
you. I had to match your flag.
I see, with the animal skin, we're on point. Okay, well, I know we have a very serious topic to talk about, so tell us why the holidays can be a hard time for people, you know, like me who have lost loved ones.
Yeah, it's a difficult time for people for a number of different reasons. So, of course, they're dealing with the absence of that loved one. But it's also about navigating those experiences and not knowing what those experiences look like moving forward.
Right.
So this person not being in your life, what do my new traditions look like?
Exactly.
So that's what I tell people. It's time to actually think about some new traditions. So what does that look like? I tell people they can have 4 Ps.
Okay.
So those 4 Ps are to plan ahead, because we know the holidays are coming. We know these special occasions are coming, Mother's Day, things like that. We know those days are coming, so plan ahead and plan to create new experiences and new traditions. Ideally, that still honor that loved one, because they'll still be in your life, just in a different way.
Oh,
right?
okay, I like that.
So we should look for new traditions and new activities and experiences that bring passion to our lives, bring a sense of purpose, but then also just kind of reestablish new positive experiences and positive energy.
So planning ahead, positive, was it passion, purpose?
Yes.
Planning. Okay, I like all these. Okay, 4 Ps.
And ideally in a way that still honors them. So if I can throw one out quickly as an example. So let's say they had a favorite meal that they would either make or enjoy. Then you can dedicate that time leading up to the holidays to learning how to prepare that meal, learning how to plate that meal.
Okay.
Maybe you get involved in a cooking group or a Facebook group that now you're establishing a new support cohort. I call that too. You can create a new support cohort. So those are some ways they can start to honor that loved one, but incorporate new traditions into their life.
Excellent. I love that. Those are really great tips. Okay, so tell us about your book.
Yes, so I have 2 new books, actually. They both released yesterday. They're called The Good Grieve, that's the adult version, and then I have one called My Good Grieve for youth. And I timed the release with Children's Grief Awareness Day. That was yesterday. Because it's important that we remember that children also grieve. Like what we're experiencing, children grieve alongside us. They experience alongside
That's true, that's true.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, and is that your book right there? I know we have photos of the book right there.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, My Good Grieve. How'd you come up with the name?
My Good Grief. So I always talk about what life looks like on the other side of grief. So you are navigating grief, but ideally you want to get back to a good life. Right. And so I always have this juxtaposition of, yes, we're grieving, but there's also good and positivity that comes on the other side of this. So work through your grief so you can get back to what life should continue to be, the life that you still deserve.
Excellent. These are great tips for me, having lost a mother. And leading up to Thanksgiving is a little bit difficult. You know, Thanksgiving and Christmas were her favorite holidays. So these are really great tips, especially for me. Where can people go for more info to find you and get these books?
Oh, well, they can get the books by going to goodgriefbooks.com. I talked about that support cohort. They can actually join my online community. I call it the Grief Support Cohort. So they can get that at marciacork.com/community.
And you have a podcast about grief therapy as well, right?
So the podcast is about navigating change with confidence. So it's called, ooh, those F and C words.
Yes.
And whenever people hear that F and they get a little nervous, but no, it's all good, clean. Well,
it is. It's very positive. I was on it. It was good. It was positive, and it was great feedback. And you definitely are pouring into a lot of different people who need the healing. So I really appreciate you coming to join us today.
I appreciate you having me. Great conversation for this time of year.
Thanks, Marcia. Thank you.
Yeah, really pretty shot after the storm in Florida, where you can see that nice rainbow there. Love seeing those great pictures, especially with the rough weather they had to deal with earlier in the week as well. So taking a look at your temperatures and what's going on here at home, we're going to have another warm afternoon. Will not feel like November. Now, showers are coming in late on Friday, mainly into the evening time, and then we definitely have a cooler weekend with that wind that's going to pick up and those cooler temperatures coming in as early as Saturday morning. So your hour-by-hour forecast for Friday, upper 60s and lower 70s here as we take you into the later part of the day today. 60s and 70s across central Maryland for your high temps, and even up and down the 95 corridor will be in those mid to upper 60s for Philly and Baltimore, down through D.C. with mid 60s in Ocean City, but only upper 50s and lower 60s for Saturday and Sunday, then even cooler temperatures heading toward Thanksgiving week next week. Get the raking done today. Saturday, that wind is going to be blowing up a storm and bringing out a lot of those leaves all around the neighborhood. Sunday, also still some wind left over. This is the cold front coming through Friday night, so basically the rain is not going to be until about 10 or 11 o'clock in the evening, and then we'll see those showers move through. Behind that, more of the wind and the drier air. And then our next weather maker is next Tuesday, when a lot of people are going to be traveling up and down the East Coast. So we're going to be dealing with the potential for some moderate to heavy rain, a good drought-busting rain. We need it. We have been so dry, so hopefully this will help with the wildfires there in Virginia. And then we keep the heavier rain through Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Some of the models want to bring some of that moderate and heavy rain from D.C., east to Baltimore, and up to Philly, and even up to New York. And possibly by Wednesday morning, could see some snow showers in parts of the Northeast as well. That could complicate things for all the folks who are trying to travel. 10-day forecast looks like this: 70s today, but upper 50s tomorrow, right about 60 on Sunday. We'll stay dry through Monday, but again, Tuesday, Wednesday are the wet days. We're drier but cooler or colder on Thursday for Thanksgiving, with highs only in the upper 40s.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Tony's, Universal, Spin Master, VTech, MGA, and PayPal.
The holidays are quickly approaching, and parents are on the hunt for gifts their kids will love. Well, today, lifestyle expert Elizabeth Warner is here to share some great tips on how to shop for the little ones on your list. Always great to see you, Elizabeth. How's it going?
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. And thank you for having me. And I have some great stuff for you today. We could jump right in over here with Tony's. Now, this is an award-winning screen-free audio player. All our kids have to do is take a little Tony's character, place it on top, and it activates all of the cool content. So today I have my Marvel Spidey and his amazing friends with me. That's Spidey, Spin, and Ghost Spider Tonys. But there are Tonys for every child. They're gonna collect loads of them. It's perfect for story time, for singing, for adventures. They have a Tonys for every single kid out there. Now, when it comes to playtime, Gabby's Dollhouse, let the kids imagine. This is the Gabby Cat Friendship cruise ship. Now they're going to set sail on the pretend seas with Gabby and Mercat. This has all the features from that hit Netflix show. Check out that color changing pool, the smoothie bar, hello, the light up disco ball, and the photo booth. Now for our little ones, the VTech 6-in-1 tunnel of fun. As a mom of 4, I wish I had this when they were little. This is going to encourage development and learning all the way from birth, starting off with tummy time, laying on their backs, batting those little sensory toys. As they get a little bigger, they're going to crawl through that tunnel. There is a piano that lights up that they can play. And while they're developing physically, they're also going to be working on their vocabulary, their animals, their numbers, and their colors. Now, what is that #1 selling fashion doll of the season? It is Rainbow High. And this is the Rainbow High Dream and Design Studio, and also their fantastic fashion dolls. They are wearing colorful runway gowns designed by those really fun characters on their favorite hit Rainbow High animated series on YouTube. And this comes with an exclusive Skylar Madison doll. Now, when we're paying, let's check out with PayPal. Go out there, do your price comparison online, and then stretch your gifting budget by shopping smarter and maximizing rewards and earning cash back. In that PayPal app, we're going to find those cash back offers that are automatically applied when we check out. And if we install the PayPal Honey shopping extension, it will go out there, it will find those coupons and those cashback deals online and save us even more money. So make your list, check it twice, and then check out with PayPal.
Elizabeth, always so many great things. Okay, where can we get more information?
Thank you so much. Yes, WernerInfo.com. You'll find information on all these great items.
Hey, have a great holiday, okay?
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Take care. Still ahead, do you like your job? What about your boss? Coming up, a new survey is revealing about worker satisfaction and how you're weighing in. And we wanted you to tell it. Do you like your boss? The majority say they love their boss. Okay, good job. Great show lined up for Monday. The list is out, and we're getting our first look at the most popular and trending pet names for 2023. Coming up, the #1 name for dogs is breaking a decades-long record.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And of course, I need to shout out our new little puppy. Her name, Fifi LaRoche. Thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.